our team competed at a really high level. Obviously, St. Louis is the team that's picked to win the Atlantic 10. They're in first place in the Atlantic 10, and they've got amazing wins already this year. So we did compete. We were a few rebounds short. There were a couple possessions where it seemed like we had two hands on rebounds and just didn't come down with them. And that's what St. Louis does well. I mean, they are a +5 rebounding team. They're an elite rebounding team. And I think that was a big difference in the game.
Coach, did you feel like tonight was a must-win due to the fact that you guys had lost 4 in a row, and this is one of the top teams in the A10?
Yeah, there are no must-wins on our schedule. With that being said, the winner of the Atlantic 10 tournament goes to the NCAA tournament. So once you get to the A10 tournament, those are must-win games. At this point, the way I look at this game is our team really did grow tonight. We have a team that just went on the road and competed twice and played 2 close games on the road, learned a lot about playing on the road, and now we have an experience about playing against the physicality of St. Louis, and that's what we gained tonight.
Burton Ghazi created a lot for himself tonight. What were you most impressed with about his performance?
Yeah, so Air 10, he does have some explosiveness, and so he did do some good things in transition. He attacked the rim pretty well. So he does give us a different element.
A couple mental mistakes tonight, fouling the three-point shooter twice beyond the line, then the lane violation at the end. How much, obviously, that hurt you. It's ultimately the difference in the game, but dealing with the young team, I think Onyedisi was the culprit twice. That happened because of him. So, I mean, you're dealing with him. He's growing as a young center. What do you say to him after a game like this?
Yeah, so I know the one in front of our bench was Onye fouling the three-point shooter. I didn't know who it was in the other corner. But that is one of the cardinal sins in basketball, is you can't foul a jump shooter. So, just like some of the other things that we're enduring right now, it's a learning process, and we will get him to a point where we don't foul jump shooters, and then we'll be a lot better team.
Also in the first half, Goodwin, he was just on fire. Do you think a lot of those were in-rhythm threes that you'd like to run him off the line, or was it just that when a shooter gets going, the product of their offense, and when a shooter gets going, it's just hard to stop him?
Yeah, he really has struggled from 3 this year, and so you're right, they were in rhythm shots, but our guys were following the game plan there. So when you play a big, strong, physical, athletic team like St. Louis, you've got to give something up, and he did. Goodwin did take advantage of that tonight.
Honor mostly silenced, and you were still able to hang in against a really good team. Do you take anything extra away from the game because of that?
Well, that was one thing I was thinking about right before I walked in here. Is Javon Bess is one of the elite defenders in the country, not just in the Atlantic 10, but in the country. He started out at Michigan State, and he is a 6'6" super athlete. So again, it is encouraging for our team to know that this is a game that we could have won with 2 more rebounds here or there, even though Nick did not score the ball at his normal rate.
What was the mindset the last possession coming down? You had 15 seconds or so on the clock, and you could get that quick too, maybe if you rush it really quick, but you went for the 3-point shot. Cobb just missed it. You got a pretty good look at that. You get the offensive rebound. I'm not sure if you had a timeout at the second. Was there any thought of calling the timeout, trying to set up at 3.5 seconds left?
Yeah, so from my experience, I have called a timeout in that situation before, but from my experience, the best way to get a 3 is after an offensive rebound. So in that situation, I was not going to call one. And give St. Louis credit, they did do a good job on their ball screen defense on that last possession. We had the ball in Nick's hands, and they made him give it up. So it wasn't the exact look we were trying to get, but we did get 2 looks at it.
And final question for me. Portly, after he hit those 2 big threes, hit the one almost from the logo, it seemed like everyone was energized. Maybe you guys got a little bit out of yourselves in terms of shot selection on the offensive end. The following possession, it seemed like you took a couple really deep contested jumpers. They were kind of pressing you out to the perimeter, and Otter couldn't get the ball in his hand. So just how was the flow of the offense in the final possessions?
Yeah, so the number one thing I'd say in response to that is St. Louis is one of the country's elite defensive teams for a reason. They have super athletes out there who are very long, and so you're right, we did take some tough shots tonight, not only at the end but throughout the game, and I would give St. Louis's defense a lot of credit for that.
How frustrating is it for you to watch your team's defensive intensity sway and go from being kind of lackadaisical in the first half to really picking it up in the second half?
Yeah, I don't think we were lackadaisical at all. I don't think our intensity swayed. I think our guys competed against an elite team in the country. And the fact that we were down by 2 to the best team in the Atlantic 10, I don't think there was any lackadaisicalness about it.
And lastly, Nick Honor had a quiet night, but do you feel as if Nick Honor has to have a certain amount of points for you guys to win? Because I noticed when he has the games, you guys tend to thrive.
You know, one thing I've learned through the years is that really good teams can win in multiple ways. And so there have been times this year where maybe we thought that we were solely dependent on Nick scoring for us to win. I think tonight is evidence that that's not true. We certainly, with a little more toughness around the basket, or a couple more rebounds, we certainly could have won this game even with Nick scoring 6 points.